I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight, and to the speakers, all who were very emotional and fantastic, actually. I'd like to thank Joanna for helping to put all of this incredible learning together. And Rabbi Sacks and Elaine's last visit to Melbourne was an incredible insight and learning experience for the whole of the Melbourne Jewish community, the East Melbourne Shul community, and personally for my wife Jenny and myself. To spend quality time with a person with such great thought and care for others was incredibly inspiring. It's been almost 10 years, as Rabbi Gutnick said, and still there would hardly be a week go by that somebody wouldn't mention something uplifting or exciting about the rabbi's last visit to Melbourne. Rabbi Sacks' effect on the whole community was just absolutely amazing. Elaine and family, you have the support and love of the whole Melbourne community, and our thoughts are with you at this time. And I'd like to, at this stage, ask that we play and hear a few words pre-recorded from Rabbi Sacks' daughter, Gila. Thank you very much, everybody.
Perhaps the most defining feature of my father's life, one that I don't think I fully appreciated until after he died, was that he learned and continued to learn every single day until his last. He learned from books, from text, from laws, he learned from history and from world events, but mainly he learned from people. He would seek out people to learn from every possible path of life, and he would seek out what he could learn from everyone he met. And he would do this through conversation, through talking and listening. So for him, conversation was a defining and spiritual act, a way of opening ourselves up to something beyond ourselves, of being challenged, the only way we could really become more than we were before, a training perhaps for opening ourselves up to God. In this coming week's parasha, Chayei Sarah, we read that before meeting his future wife for the first time, Vayetzei Yitzchak lasuach b'sadeh lifnot arev, Yitzchak had gone out in the field before evening to meditate. The Talmud in Brachot, commenting on the choice of the word lasuach, usually meaning to talk or to converse, states, Ein sicha ela tefillah. There is no conversation without prayer, or as my father explains it, conversation is a form of prayer. He writes on this parasha, conversation is a prayer, for in true conversation I open myself up to the reality of another person. I enter his or her world. I begin to see things from a perspective not my own. A genuine, human conversation is a preparation for and a microcosmic version of the act of prayer. Prayer, the prayer model by Yitzchak specifically, is not monologue, but dialogue. Prayer as sicha, conversation. So it is fitting that through this initiative, communities in conversation, all over the world, individuals, communities and organizations will mark my father's Yartzeit, not simply from learning from what he wrote, but through conversation, coming together, asking, challenging, listening, and learning from each other. It means more than I can say to us, his family, that you are helping to carry forward his teaching in this beautiful way. He wrote of Moshe's death at the end of the Torah, "We will not complete the journey. Therefore, we each must inspire others to continue what we began." Thank you for continuing the work my father began. And may the work he began be a blessing for all of us.